Hello and welcome to Myanmar Today. I am Henry Zin with the latest news and reports from around Myanmar. Agajo brings us a first report on China Enterprises Chamber of Commerce in Myanmar honouring the 70th anniversary of the founding of the PRC. A report on the celebration of the 70th anniversary of the founding of the People's Republic of China. Doras Resin has a report on authentic Penang food in Yangon. Williamson covered the story on International Translation Day. Now before we get to the reports, let's check on some local news. Union Attorney General U Tuntun received head of Asia and Pacific Public Sector Operations at European Investment Bank Angela Marcarino Paris in Naypyidaw on Monday. The officials discussed matters on the rule of law and justice project, legal reforms to attract foreign investment in Myanmar, legal affairs needed for EIB's loan for Myanmar and technical assistance provided to Myanmar and internal procedures. Union of Myanmar Federation of Chambers of Commerce and Industry and U.S. ASEAN Business Council delegation held a meeting on Monday. The visiting delegation discussed about cooperating to increase U.S. investment in Myanmar, increasing job opportunities, development of basic infrastructures to be on par with the emerging market, and industrial development. The discussion also covered the delegation's desire for rapid development of telecommunication, insurance, and wholesale sectors in Myanmar. According to official data, the Tachi Lake border gate registered 26,322 tourist arrivals between September 20th and 26th. Tourists entered Myanmar through the gate for day trips and overnight stays. Tachi Lake has well-known destinations for day visits. A total of 870,576 tourists entered Myanmar through the border gates and 46,500 tourists entered the country on free visa. A large number of foreign travelers are visiting Myanmar through the international entrances and border checkpoints to enjoy its natural scenery, visit tourist destinations, and explore the lifestyles of the ethnic people. And that's all with the local news, and we're moving on to our first report. China Enterprises Chamber of Commerce in Myanmar held a reception to celebrate the 70th founding of the People's Republic of China on Sunday. Chinese Ambassador to Myanmar, Mr. Chen Hai, Myanmar Union Minister of Commerce, Yangon Region Chief Minister, and entrepreneurs and representatives from the UMFCCI and business community attended the event. We have our reporter Agajo with the details.
China Enterprises Chamber of Commerce in Myanmar, CECCM, held the reception to celebrate the 70th founding of the People's Republic of China on Sunday. Chinese Ambassador to Myanmar, Mr. Chen Hai, Union Minister of Commerce, Yangon Region Chief Minister, and entrepreneurs and representatives from UMFCCI and business community attended the event. The event at the Pan Pacific Hotel in Yangon drew hundreds of attendees from business community. Chinese Ambassador to Myanmar said,
China is practicing the open door policy and transformation policy for the economic development. China has an area of about 9.6 million square kilometers with a population of 1.4 billion. China, under the guidance of Communist Party, is working with its neighbor to tackle the challenges encountered on the pathway towards development. Myanmar is an important neighbor of China, sharing the longest border and history. Development of China is important for Myanmar's growth. Likewise, development of Myanmar is crucial for China's development as well. We can witness the effort of the Chinese entrepreneurs in the video. This is their audible effort to strengthen bilateral friendship as well to drive the economic growth. We cannot forget the role of the entrepreneurs who contributed to the cooperation in culture and tourism development.
Bilateral trade between the two countries reached $11.8 billion in the last fiscal year, 2017 and 2018. U Pyo-min-thing, Yangon Region Chief Minister, stressed China's support for Myanmar in various sectors.
Since the time we tried to achieve the independence, China's Communist Party and Myanmar had a very close tie. and Myanmar is the first country to recognize the establishment of People's Republic of China. There have been many ups and downs over the course of 70 years of bilateral friendship. I would like to express my sincere thanks to the People's Republic of China, its support in social, economic, and political sectors. And further, I would like to thank China's support with the political challenges we are facing. We will be endeavoring our best and collaborate for the development in various sectors in the future. I extend the wish that starting from this 70th founding anniversary, the two nations work closer for the development for both countries.
The CECCM pledged to serve as a bridge between business communities of the two countries with an aim to promote further bilateral trade cooperation between the two countries. The CECCM, which was registered in November 2017, has over 260 members from various sectors including garment, real estate, construction, telecommunication, agriculture, power, tourism, and services. Mr. Liu Ying, chairman of CECCM, gave his comment.
Under guidance of the government of the two countries, the CECCM and UMFCCI established the Myanmar-China Business Association, and this will serve as a bridge to assist the economic exchanges for the two countries. With a better government-to-government and entrepreneurs-to-entrepreneurs relationship, we will strive to bring the opportunities in trade and economic sectors.
Uzom Minwin, chairman of UMFCCI, gave his perspective on the importance of the role of CECCM.
We appreciate the vital role of CECCM play in enhancing and developing the bilateral economic cooperation between China and Myanmar for mutual benefit. China ranked number 1 in bilateral trade with Myanmar and also number 1 in border trade. It's ranked as the second largest investor among the 50 investor countries and therefore is a vital, indispensable trading partner and well-wishers of our country.
This is Agajo reporting for Myanmar International Radio.
That's a report on China Enterprises Chamber of Commerce in Myanmar honoring the 70th anniversary of the founding of the PRC. Alright, we'll move on to weather forecast now. In Yangon, there's going to be a morning shower in spots, followed by a thunderstorm in parts of the area in the afternoon, and it'll just be partly cloudy at night. The daily outlook is around 33 degrees Celsius high, but it's going to feel like 40 degrees Celsius. There's about 42% chance of rain for the day. In Naypyidaw, there's going to be a passing morning shower followed by a thunderstorm in spots in the afternoon, and it will just be cloudy with widely separated thunderstorms late at night. The daily outlook is around 32 degrees Celsius high, but it's going to feel like 39 degrees Celsius. There's about 55% chance of rain for the day. In Mandalay, there's going to be a thunderstorm in parts of the area in the morning, otherwise mostly cloudy in the afternoon. But it'll be partly to mostly cloudy with a couple of thunderstorms around late at night. The daily outlook is around 32 degrees Celsius high, but it's going to feel like 36 degrees Celsius. There's about 41% chance of rain for the day. China showcased military strength and national unity as it celebrated 70 years of development since the founding of the People's Republic of China, with spectacular National Day celebrations in Beijing on Tuesday. As the PRC entered its 8th decade, hundreds of millions of people in the country and beyond watched troops, military hardware, and representatives of all corners of the nation parade through Tiananmen Square with helicopters and jets soaring in formation overhead. Chinese President Xi Jinping pledged that the country will stay on the path of peaceful development and pursue a mutually beneficial strategy of opening up. He also called for continued efforts to realize the country's complete reunification.
Hey guys, this is your reporter Dora reporting you from MI Radio. China is having a big celebration for its 70th anniversary today. I am here now at the Tiananmen Square, and the big celebration will be starting around 9 or 10 a.m. So I will be updating you with the news today. So let's take a look.
大的中国共产党万岁！同志们好！同志们辛苦了！
Yangon Region Chief Minister U Pyo-min Thein, Myanmar-China Friendship Association Chairman U Sein-wei-aun, and writer and journalist U Hein-let have also given their opinions on China-Myanmar bilateral relationship.
The steady foundation of the friendship/relationship between Myanmar and China are the works of incredible collaborations between former Myanmar Prime Minister U Nu and first Premier of the People's Republic of China, Dong An-lai, which led Myanmar and China to building a phenomenal relationship, which is also known as Baopo Friendship after Myanmar gained independence.
Philosophically speaking, Myanmar first recognized China in December 1949, its 7 decades of celebration of success of the People's Republic of China.
People's Republic of China ဆိုပြီးတော့ထူထောင်နိုင်တယ်49မှာ49မှာသူထူထောင်လိုက်တဲ့အချိန်မှာ49ဒီဇင်ဘာမှာမြန်မာနိုင်ငံကသူ့ကိုအသိမှတ်ပြု
The People's Republic of China was founded by the declaration of former Chairman Mao Zedong. It is today following the visions of Chairman Mao.
China became the world's second largest economy. The country has achieved greatness. The transformations and the development of the country is unspeakable.
China has developed so much that it's far ahead of its time. For instance, subway train for transportation were not a thing when I was there, but they are not. They had world-class airports. The country has changed so much in the span of 15 years.
Myanmar and China's relationship is what we call Baopo relationship. Now, with the new government formed in Myanmar, we grow together with every collaboration we make.
I see values in this Baopo relationship. We must be responsible and keep this value so that we will bear the fruits of its labor in the future. We won't benefit anything from this relationship if we don't value it. So I like to urge people of both countries to keep on striving and respect the values of this Baopo relationship.
That's a report on the celebration of the 70th anniversary of the founding of the People's Republic of China. And here we have the information on currency rates from Myanmar Central Bank. $1 is at 1,532 kyats. 1 Chinese renminbi is at 214 kyats. 1 euro is at 1,675 kyats. 1 pound sterling is at 1,889 kyats. 1 Singapore dollar is at 1,108 kyats. 1 Malaysian ringgit is at 365 kyats. 1 Thai baht is at 50 kyats, and the Indian rupee is at 21 kyats. Gold is trading at $1,467. Silver is at $16, and Brent crude oil is at $54. On the Yangon Stock Exchange, FMI went up 500 at 12,000. MTSH remains at 4,100. MCB dropped 200 at 8,200. FPB remains at 26,000. TMH remains at 3,000. You're watching MI Radio's Myanmar Today. Go ahead and log on to our website, miradio.com.mm, and listen to our radio programs live on the website. We're also running on FM 96.1 in Yangon, 96.5 in Mandalay, and 96.7 in Naypyidaw. Or you can simply download MI Radio app on your smart devices so you can listen to our radio programs on the go. And here we have more reports for you, so let's check out the next one. Food lovers will get a chance to taste authentic food of Penang, Malaysia, at Penang Food Festival that's being held at Sedona Hotel from 28th of September to 6th of October. The chefs who own street food malls in Penang are going to serve in live station for consumers. Let's hear more from Thoras Wizin.
Hoka chefs from Penang, Malaysia have arrived in Yangon to serve the authentic Penang street food. The chefs will serve the famous Penang food at Sedona The Cuisine restaurant from 28 September to 6 October. Penang is an island of Malaysia and it is especially famous for its delicious food. In 2018, food of Penang Island was recognized as the best Hoka street food in Asia by CNN Travel. The chefs serving at the Penang Food Festival in Yangon have several years of cooking experience and own the popular food stall in Penang.
Good day everyone, I'm Lee Eng Huat from Malaysia, Penang Island, which is famous for good food and delicious food. Penang food is in the whole Malaysia. Penang food is one of the best in the whole country, which is always spreading around the world. Right now, our food is also like for the Penang laksa, which is at the top list on the 7 on the list on CNN. So that's why now we have a lot of tourists in Penang, which is coming for our Penang food. Penang food is always famous for our textures and also the delicious taste, which is the considered, which is suits everybody in a way, like everybody will keep coming back. And Penang is also a tourist place, which attract a lot of attraction in Penang, and which will always bring a lot of tourists back. First thing is the place of interest, and the second thing is the food, which is, they say our Penang food is still the best in the whole Malaysia. So that we have the fried oyster omelette, and the second one is the asam laksa, which is the most popular in Penang, and then we'll follow by the ikan pangan, that is the barbecue fish, and then we'll follow by the ice kacang, which is something to cool everybody down on a hot weather in Penang.
Go Ang Soton, food and beverage manager of Sedona Hotel, said why they are to hold the Penang Food Festival.
Penang Food Festival ကိုကျွန်တော်တို့ပြီးခဲ့တဲ့နှစ်ဒီလိုအချိန်လောက်ကပေါ့နော်လုပ်ခဲ့ပါတယ်
We have completed the first Penang Food Festival last year, and we have received the positive feedback from the local and international customers. So we are to bring back this festival for the second time. We are to give the live station of chef cooking to get the authentic food.
This is the second time in Myanmar at Sedona Hotel. I would like to say thank you so much for Sedona Hotel for giving me a chance to come back again to promote our Penang food here. Well, the first time is really a lot of the local people is really appreciated what we have dishing out for them. So this is why we are back again.
ကျွန်တော်တို့ကတော့ဒီ Penang Food chef တွေကတော့28ရက်နေ့ကနေစပြီးတော့ပေါ့နော်
The chefs from Penang are going to stay here till around October 6th. Even after when they go back, the chefs of our hotel can still serve Penang food because The chefs from Penang are to share their cooking styles and recipes. Actually, Penang food is the street food.
Well, that's all about the Penang Food Festival in Yangon. This is Dora Suisin from MI Radio.
That's a report on authentic Penang food in Yangon. Well, here's the last report on International Translation Day. For the second time, language professionals celebrated International Translation Day in Myanmar on Sunday at Press and Periodical Enterprise in Yangon, aiming to inspire young translators and help them become professionals. Williamson will give us the details.
International Translation Day is celebrated every year on 30th of September on the feast of Saint Jerome, the Bible translator who is considered the patron saint of translators. The celebration has been promoted by International Federation of Translators since it was set up in 1953. But on 24th of May 2017, the General Assembly of UN adopted Resolution 71/288 on the role of language professionals in connecting nations and fostering peace, understanding and development, and declared 30th September as International Translation Day. This celebration means an opportunity to pay tribute to the work of language professionals, which plays an important role in bringing nations together, facilitating dialogue, understanding cooperation, contributing to the development and strengthening world peace and security. International Translation Day was also celebrated on 29th of September in Yangon for the second time at Peace and Periodical Enterprise, with the aim of promoting young translators and raises them to professional level. Speaking to MI Radio, Mayatana, academic manager of Peak Point Academy, said,
The main aim of today's event is to bring up young translators. Translation plays an essential role in improving the literature of a nation, as we cannot simply compete with all the literature works in the world. That's why we need to exchange what each other have. In order to gain access to international literature, we need many translators. And it cannot be done by a group of people alone. We need to include all of the youngsters here as well. These are the main aim of today's event.
Let's listen to Hengla, a writer, speaking to MI Radio.
When it comes to celebrating this International Translation Day, some countries like China, Russia, Canada, United States, and Australia, they are celebrating this day in a grand way. For them, they celebrate it on 30th September. But here in Myanmar, due to some reason, we are not able to celebrate in grand manner, and this is how far we could celebrate this day. And the important role that translation plays is, even in religions, it is an essential tool. Take Buddhism as an example. Buddha preached in Pali language and it was translated into our language. That's how we became Buddhists. And it was also translated into Chinese, and the people of China became Buddhists. It goes the same for other nations such as Thailand and Cambodia. It is also the same with Christianity, which was initially preached in Hebrews or Aramaic and Arabic for Islam. The religions were spreading across the world with the use of translation. Translation also plays an essential role in politics, where there is diversity, but translation helps us unite as one.
Speaking on how translation is also an important tool in education, Henglet also explains more.
When it comes to education, higher education is not only acquired through English language. If we are to look at China, Vietnam, South Korea, and Japan, they're not that good in English on average level. But what they do is they translated all the educational books into their own languages. So they're so advanced in higher education in the world. All the credits go to translation works. So overall, it is the translation which brings prosperity and peace to the world.
Today,
we have freedom, to translate any books we want to translate. In the year 2018, more than 300 translated books were published. However, what we want is the private publishers are working hard, but we need the support from the government by saying that I mean to say that if we can have translation organization under the guidance of the government, an association in township level that will bring improvement in translation work. So if the government published a book that can easily spread to wider readers, but when the private publishers do it, there is limitation. We also want to see the government organize regular training center for translation. These are the areas where we need the support from the government.
This is Williamson reporting for MI Radio.
That's all the reports we have for today. Well, next we go to China with a bit of international news. China is holding a grand celebration with a military parade on National Day to mark the founding of the People's Republic of China in 1949. The parade features 59 formations and a military band, including more than 160 aircraft and 580 pieces of equipment. President Xi Jinping made the remarks Tuesday while addressing the National Day parade at Tiananmen Square to celebrate the 70th founding anniversary of the People's Republic of China. Here are the highlights of the grand ceremony.
The ceremony is about to begin. You're watching China Global Television Network, bringing the live broadcast of the National Day celebrations in Beijing.
In other news, the Amory ice shelf in Antarctica has just produced its biggest iceberg in more than 50 years. The calved block covers 1,636 square kilometers in area, a little smaller than Scotland's Isle of Skye, and is called D28. The scale of the berg means it will have to be monitored and tracked because it could, in future, pose a hazard to shipping. Not since the early 1960s has Amory calved a bigger iceberg that was a whopping 9,000 square kilometer in area. Amory is the third largest ice shelf in Antarctica and is a key drainage channel for the east of the continent. The shelf is essentially the floating extension of a number of glaciers that flow off the land into the sea. Losing bergs to the ocean is how these ice streams maintain equilibrium, balancing the input of snow upstream. You're with MI Radio's Myanmar Today. From me and the team, that's it for now. Thanks for watching.